when I was in
How did that happen?
With the Lakers.
No.
Back in the day.
No, honestly, in the 80s,
Shavo Abdul.
the private school that me, Darren, and Serge went to, that we never really knew each other there, but the history tells so that we were there. Anyways, in 3rd grade, they had this program where the basketball team gets to play the Forum before the Lakers play. And I'm talking about Magic Johnson days, Kareem, Cooper, Jamal Wilkes, all those guys, right? Rambis. And so I got to play for 15 minutes
at the Forum.
At the Forum, right before the Lakers.
Slam dunk contest.
We opened up. I didn't even get the ball, but I ran back and forth.
And you'll never forget that as long as you live, right? That's imprinted on your brain.
Heck no.
Because you're on that court. Hey, how old were you then, Shavo?
105.
What's 3rd and 4th grade? How old are you when you were in 3rd grade?
20.
Is that like 8 or 9, something like that?
Well, I was like 12.
I don't know. I was like 20.
I was just wondering how long your beard was back then.
It had just started fuzzing out. No, but I was like 7, I guess 7 or 8.
Your facial hair is a commitment, though, man. That is something that you must take very seriously. Yeah, and you keep growing it back again, though.
Well, I heard System's coming back.
It's like a lizard.
No,
You're a lizard, man.
Like when I played with Scars, Scars had a couple of shows, and then they asked me to play because I mean those are my boys, you know, Darren, John, and the rest of the guys, and it was fun to play guitar because I was first a guitar player, and you know, so I just shaved it off. I said, you know, this is a new identity because I got tired of being known as that guy. That's bald with a goatee, you know?
Sure, I got that. Speaking of guitar, and I don't want to, we have a lot of system business we want to cover, but I have to ask, just because I'm such a huge fan, tell me about working with Dr. Funkenstein. Tell me about playing guitar for freaking George Clinton. That must be
and bass
unreal.
And sang for him, too, at one point. RZA, actually, okay, I was making a beat at the house. It was like, I don't know, afternoon, and I get a phone call from New York. I didn't want to answer it. I answered it. Long story short, it was George Clinton. And he's like, and I can do his impression. Okay. And I don't want to do it right now because it's too early in the morning.
You said you could do it. Now you're not doing it.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, this is how we talk. So he was like, so I heard you're doing this thing called The Chosen, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And he goes, this is George Clinton. I'm like, this ain't George Clinton. And I'm like, who's screwing with me, you know? And anyway, like 3, 4, 5 minutes later, I realized it's actual George Clinton because I can hear RZA in the back. They're calling from New York going, he's tripping, isn't he? He's tripping. So now I'm pacing around the house talking to George Clinton. Next thing you know, I tell him, come to my house. I'm making this album called The Chosen, which has like John Frusciante, you know, members of the Wu-Tang, you know, George Clinton and stuff. Anyways, not to pump that. But...
No, but here's what I love, Shavo, is that no matter how long you've been in the business and no matter how popular your own band is, musicians still have heroes. You still have idols.
Oh my God.
Somebody like George Clinton comes on the line and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Right? Exactly.
I was shaking. I was stuttering. I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I did not believe it. And then when he came over, actually, it was every time we hang out, it's still a trip.
That's sweet.
And
That's
we've
awesome.
been friends, and I've played with P-Funk as... You know, I took Bootsy's place for like 5, 6 shows on tour. That's such an honor.
What
like,
a rush!
I can't even just got chills talking about it. And people are like, "But you're the guy from System of a Down." I'm like, "But that's P-Funk, dude. Like, are you kidding me?
P-Funk wins, right?
I mean,
you also have to understand that for us, we don't really look at our band as being a tremendous band or anything. We're just in the band and we're along for the ride.
Man. We're musicians.
Yeah, I know, and I've heard you say that before, John. That basically, you know, you blew up, and it blew up for everyone else. For you guys, it's the same, right? You're still the same, same guys out there on stage playing the music that you love, and everything else is kind of out of your control.
We'll see that part of it is also that it was gradual. It didn't just happen overnight for us.
Right.
You know, there was a long process, and we were a band that didn't hit radio right away or MTV right away. It was a long process for us.
I remember the first time I ever heard Sugar. We played it, and honestly, at the time, I had never heard anything like it. I mean, it was so different from Jed played it first. Yeah, it was so different from anything that else was on the radio. I was like, what is the deal with these guys? Why is that big man yelling at me? and that was dipping the toe into what became one of my favorite bands.
Thank you.
Let's talk about System of a Down 2011. Now, you mentioned you've been rehearsing. Obviously, you've got I mean, how many shows are already scheduled? I know they keep unveiling new ones all the time, but there's a bunch of them so far.
Something like 20 shows.
Yeah.
20 shows. Okay, that's a real commitment.
It's a commitment. Not really. I mean, we'd like to commit to about 300 shows, me and Shavo, but
me and
no.
John and I are we don't want
to stop touring. That's the way we are. You know, and not everybody has that philosophy, so we have to respect what everybody in the band wants to do.
Yeah, it's got to work for everybody's schedule, of course. The billion-dollar question that
a lot, though.
You get asked everywhere you go, and every time you bring up System is obviously people want to know what's the future in terms of new music from the band. Well, is that something you've talked about?
We haven't really gone into that. We're looking at it more like we just want to go out and have a good time playing on the road again. Our last tour, which was 2006, Ozfest, we had a great time. It was one of the best tours. We just enjoyed it. There was no pressure. And that's kind of how we want to live our lives now. No pressure, not really thinking about something that's a year away, 2 years away. We just want to go out and have a good time and reconnect and be on the stage together and share it together. We haven't done that in 5 years, so that's what we're really looking forward to.
And it feels really, really great to be able to say we're playing in LA again. Because, I mean, this is where
we all lived.
We all came up. I remember our first show, May 28th. 1995 at the Roxy. I can never forget that moment, you know. And
you begged and begged and begged them to let me play there.
Dude, I was looking at the bank, and you know the story.
You were calling them up, going, "Hey, come on, I got a band. Let me play."
Bam, hang up. But I was still called. Anyways, enough said about that. It's just we're back, and I love it. And you know, I've gotten into the Twitter world, which I didn't even know how to turn a computer on back in the day, and now I'm
I follow you on Twitter and took great joy to see how upset you were that the Steelers lost because I hate them so much.
I was going crazy.
Well, they won 6 Super Bowls, guys. Come on.
I know they did. Look, they're fine.
It's not like my team, the Bills.
Still,
that's
rough. All right, listen, boys, we're out of time.
On May 24th.
Yes, you are.
That's what we're here for, to pump real quick.
Tickets are on sale Saturday at 10 for the Forum to see System of a Down. Who's opening for you, by the way?
Who is opening for us, dude?
Google Bordello.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's cool. That's
a crazy live show, too.
One thing that I do want to say is how incredible it is, after 5 years of us being gone, the reaction of our fans.
Oh, dude. Much respect.
It's really touching, and it's humbling to know that people are that passionate about our music. And
well, we are, man. I'm telling you, it was the best news ever when we heard y'all were coming back, and we can't wait to see what's next in the next chapter of System of a Down. John, Shavo, thank you so much for coming in. Now head on out and get some Burger King, guys.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye bye.
Follow System of a Down at System of a Down on Twitter, and follow us too if you want to know any new, what's happening in the future.
Follow Shavo. I never post anything.
Anyways,
good times. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.